Hey everybody, it's me, Kenny K, and I wanted to bring you a found footage movie from 2010 called Undocumented. Now, this movie gets a 5.8, which isn't bad. I give it a 5 because I didn't like. I mean, it's pretty rough. Um, Directed by Chris Peckover. But before I begin, if you like, please subscribe. It's free. Like and comment if you want. Now, this movie I wanted to review because it's actually kind of happening in the United States. It's basically a a documentary crew, uh, two men and a female, a white female and a white guy, and one Latin guy to speak Spanish. So we've got Liz, is the reporter, then the sound guy Travis, and the camera guy Alberto. And they want to follow this coyote, right? The ones who, so the illegal aliens coming through those tunnels, wanting to have a new life in the United States, and these coyotes are helping them, right, to get to a certain point, and then there, do what you want. Here's a bottle of water, and it's a Mexican family, I believe, a kid and a guy and a woman, and they paid like 50,000 grand for it to do that and shit like that. Eventually, okay, the coyote is held by this ICE member in a pickup truck. Now, apparently, this guy isn't a official ICE guy, and it kind of it sort of resembles what's happening now in the United States. And mind you, this movie's from 2010. That what I heard in the United States with these ICE members is that I'm not a political channel, by the way. I do have my view about it. I don't like it, but I'm not gonna say any more. What I did heard is that ICE was hiring. I'm not sure if that's true. Is hiring militia members, basically oath keepers and Proud Boys and like that, to be ICE members, not unofficial ICE members. And so this movie is about unofficial ICE members taking these illegal aliens and undocumented aliens to a concentration camp. And the documentary crew is also catched. And then you get these guys, like ICE, with these bandanas in front of their mouth, a hat, in tactical gear, an assault rifle, and you've got this compound surrounded with barbed wire, and you got this leader, this southern guy named, the leader's called Z. It's not the, you can't know, you don't know his real name. There's this southern guy. He has his cowboy hat on, but he has a full mask on. But he has this little big desert eagle, this big gun like here, and he wants to kind of take advantage of the documentary crew to let them see that they're kind to these people. And he's like, you gotta document us so everybody in the United States of America can see that we're kind to these people. And so he's okay, and so you know it's, I mean, it's Southern. It's my bad Southern accent. Uh, Not a jab to Southern people of the United States. Now, they seem like they're, these, you've got these women and men doing chores, working, getting food, and they kind of interview them and they say everything is bueno bueno, but then you see in their eyes it's no bueno. Eventually Z becomes more unhinged and at some point doesn't want the camera guy. So at breakfast, you he doesn't want a camera guy on the table because He's Latino. Of course, he's a documented guy. He's born in the United States, Alberto of the crew, right? And then they start to notice that something ain't right. Also, the um, he's got a waitress who serves him breakfast, dinner, and all that shit, Latina, but she's super scared. And it's also later on known that it's Z's pet project where he, rapey vibe. We, um, and they also see horrible things happening, torture, killing some. You see guys like hanging naked, like this on chains, like this, and then completely naked, and they get barely any food and water. They're saying agua, agua, and in the damp, and then the women naked on a damp floor. They're sitting on the floor, so they're not bound, but they're sitting on the floor. And at some point, they want to leave. Now Z doesn't like that, so Z now they know they're prisoners, and in this at that particular moment, they kill Alberto. Believe they torture him and kill him. So what they at some point do is they to try to escape and also to help these people. They're releasing the men, and they say no. They say in Mexican something like the women stay here, and then they're gonna attack all in nude. They're attacking these. There's an uprising happening. A lot of get shot down, but a few get assault rifles, and they start to shoot the militia members. And then Liz and I think Travis then that's the only thing. I didn't see this movie. I saw this movie weeks ago, but I thought it's a good time to talk about it. I got a lot of movies to review that I've seen. I'm a little bit behind, but it's a good moment to talk about this. And you've got Z. I know there are two people still alive in the pickup truck, and you got Z outside, and they're trying to see, and he's getting that big ass gun, and he's firing at them. And I think Travis dies. I think he gets a bullet, and he dies on their way. But Liz, um, she survives, and she then, of course, takes this to the authorities. The authorities go to that compound. There's nothing there anymore. No Latino, not Latin peoples. No illegal aliens anymore. No militia members anymore. And then later on, Liz gets a tape from Z with him sitting on a chair and all these militia members, a lot of them, behind him. You see, Liz, we're not done yet. We're gonna fight for the cause of the United States of America. And look at our army. We are ready. So maybe you can come back and join us. Bye bye, Liz. And then, he's like sarcastic and this shit. And they are in a new compound, unknown compound, an unknown concentration camp. So they're still doing that shit. So that's the gist of it. And I thought, oh, fuck. This kind of is happening in the United States, right? It's kind of a hard truth, and the reason that's why I'm giving it 5 because it's horrible what they're doing. It's really horrible in these concentration camps. Also, I remember when they said something with, I'm not sure if that was true. I was kind of laughing at it almost, that they built a concentration camp in Florida with gators around it being the guards. And I thought immediately on that movie Congo, where King Solomon of he had diamond mines, and I reviewed that movie, by the way. You should take a look if you're interested. It's a good movie, great movie. It's from the same writer who wrote the novel of Jurassic Park. And these the guards masters created this new kind of killer gray gorilla, fucked up gorillas, and they killed their masters, but they still were in tune to protect the mind, the Solomon mind. So they're basically guarding the mind. Now, this is, of course, for diamonds and not people, but I kind of got the same idea. Instead of now, it's people, no guards, but the guards are the gators. We are watching you, you know? And I got that same idea. So it's kind of a hard truth, this movie. So if you're kind of, it's maybe not for the faint-hearted, but if you want to see this movie, I do recommend it because it's well shot. It's well acted, and like I said, it does kind of. It's kind of truthful to the way things are going now. I don't know if these people they pick up are being tortured and killed. I don't know. Nobody probably knows. But yeah, I think it's yeah, a movie that you should maybe open some people's eyes. Undocumented, 2010. Give it a watch. Um, and let me know what you think about it. Bye.